Pizza Hut is closing 250 stores. But that's not the story. The closures are just a symptom of something much bigger, something that's been happening quietly for years. And what's about to unfold could change the entire fast food landscape. Here's what nobody's talking about. The real danger isn't the 250 locations shutting down. It's what this reveals about which brands survive and which disappear in modern America. Because Pizza Hut made one strategic mistake, one decision that seemed minor at the time, and it changed everything. We'll get to that mistake in a moment. First, you need to understand what just happened. February 4th, 2026. Yum Brands earnings call. The announcement drops. 250 Pizza Hut locations closing in the next 6 months. 3% of their entire footprint gone. But here's where it gets interesting. No list of which stores are closing, which means right now, across America, thousands of employees are in the dark. Managers, delivery drivers, kitchen staff. Nobody knows if their location made the cut. The math is brutal. 15 to 20 employees per store. That suggests between 3,750 and 5,000 jobs disappearing. But remember that strategic mistake I mentioned? This is where it starts to matter. Because back in November, Yum Brands announced something called a strategic review, corporate speak for we're figuring out if we should keep this brand at all. They're exploring every option, restructuring, rebranding, selling the entire chain. And here's what makes this different from typical corporate restructuring. The review concludes by the end of 2026, which means Pizza Hut's fate gets decided this year. But to understand why this is happening, we need to look at something most people miss. Same-store sales dropped 3% last quarter. For context, this metric measures revenue at locations open at least a year. When that number falls, it means existing customers are leaving. They tried to fix it. August 2025, the Flats launch. $5 pizzas, aggressive pricing, value play. It appears to have failed completely. Sales kept dropping. Now here's the question nobody's asking. Why did a price cut not work? Because usually when you make pizza cheaper, people buy more of it, right? Not this time. Which suggests something deeper is broken. And this is where we find that critical mistake I mentioned earlier. But first, you need to see who's actually winning, because the contrast reveals everything. Domino's didn't just compete on pizza. They rebuilt everything around one idea. Technology first, pizza second. Their app became the product. Order tracking in real time, voice ordering, car integration. They made delivery so smooth that the pizza quality almost didn't matter. Papa John's took the opposite approach. Better ingredients, better pizza. Quality became their entire identity. Little Caesars, hot and ready. Walk in, walk out. No waiting. Even grocery stores started selling premium frozen pizzas that rival restaurant quality. So where does Pizza Hut fit? That's the problem. They don't fit anywhere specific. Not the tech leader, not the quality leader, not the convenience leader. They're somewhere in the middle of everything. And in today's market, the middle is where brands go to die. But here's where the story takes a turn most people don't see coming.
Pizza Hut's biggest problem isn't Domino's. It's not Papa John's or Little Caesars. The real problem is something called strategic drift, and it's happening inside their own parent company. Yum Brands owns 3 chains: Taco Bell, KFC, Pizza Hut. Same resources, same expertise, same capital available. Taco Bell's same-store sales up 7%. 7% growth in this market is exceptional. How? Menu innovation timed perfectly with social media trends, Mexican pizza returns that create genuine buzz, pricing that works for everyone from college kids to families. They understand who they are and who they're serving. KFC's story is different but revealing. 1% growth, small but it's growth. After years of decline, they're turning around. They brought in Taco Bell executives, started testing aggressively, refreshed classic items. The turnaround isn't complete, but the direction is clear. They identified the problem and started fixing it. Now look at Pizza Hut again. Same parent company, same access to everything Taco Bell and KFC have, but performance keeps dropping. Which means this isn't about resources or corporate support. This is about something specific to Pizza Hut's leadership. And this brings us back to that strategic mistake, the one decision that started all of this.
Here's what happened. Somewhere in the last decade, Pizza Hut tried to be everything to everyone. Dine-in experience, delivery, carry-out, casual dining, fast food. They never committed to a single identity. And while they hesitated, the market moved on without them. That's the mistake, not choosing. But let's step back from corporate strategy for a moment, because there's a human dimension here that matters more than quarterly earnings. 250 restaurants closing. In small towns across America, Pizza Hut often serves a social function beyond just food. Little League celebrations, book club meetings, high school hangouts after games. These aren't just transactions, they're community rituals. When the restaurant closes, something intangible disappears, and the economic ripple effects spread wider than most realize. Food distributors lose major accounts, maintenance companies lose contracts, commercial landlords face vacancies. The multiplier effect touches dozens of local businesses. Thousands of workers losing income means reduced consumer spending everywhere. Local shops see less foot traffic, tax revenue drops. The pain transfers from corporate spreadsheets down to real communities. This pattern isn't new. We've seen it before.
So, what happens next? The strategic review finishes in 2026. A few scenarios seem possible. First, complete sale. Private equity might see turnaround potential. International investors could want American market access. But here's the challenge. Anyone buying Pizza Hut inherits billions in necessary restructuring costs, menu redesign, location updates, technology infrastructure, marketing to rebuild perception, all with uncertain returns. Second scenario, radical restructuring under Yum brands. Kill all dine-in, go delivery only. Partner with ghost kitchens, complete rebrand. But this demands massive investment and risks alienating current customers without guaranteeing new ones. Third possibility, gradual dissolution. Slow closure over years until the brand simply fades. Howard Johnson's, Bennigan's, Chi-Chi's all followed this path. Major brands aren't immune to extinction. And here's what makes Pizza Hut's situation particularly revealing about the future. Consumer preferences shifted permanently. Digital native brands built for delivery are capturing market share. Legacy brands with outdated infrastructure can't compete at the same speed. The restaurant industry is experiencing a generational transition right now, and Pizza Hut's struggle is just the most visible example. This isn't just Pizza Hut's story. It's a warning for every legacy brand that thinks nostalgia will save them, for every company that believes past success guarantees future survival. The market doesn't care about your history. It doesn't care about the red roof restaurants that filled our childhoods. It only cares about one question. Are you solving today's problem or yesterday's? Pizza Hut built solutions for a world that doesn't exist anymore. Dine-in family restaurants when people want delivery. Generic value when people want either premium quality or extreme convenience. Middle positioning when the market rewards specialists. Over the next several months, we'll watch this play out. Thousands will lose jobs, communities will lose gathering places, and somewhere, another iconic brand will look at Pizza Hut and think, that could never happen to us. Until it does. Because in modern business, adaptation isn't optional anymore. Companies evolve or they disappear. The market makes that choice for them. And right now, the market is making its decision about Pizza Hut.